Thank you for tuning in to Entertain the Geeky, your source for nerd news.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Jason back at you with more nerd news. So, as promised, we are back to do more movie reviews with Joe, movie review guy. Just come up with like some kind of movie review guy jingle for you, and you will sing it every time you're on the show.
You know, I could probably do that.
All right,
I'm a musician.
all right. We'll come
I
with
should be able to figure that out,
with
right?
a movie review guy jingle, and we'll sing it next time you're on the show. And
All right.
We'll record like a sound blurb, and that'll just become the movie review guy song.
I can get my acoustic out and have a little jangly tune.
Because right now we do the little nerd news intro that you guys just heard with the like old school
The news.
and then I think the voice is actually Chris's dad.
I believe so. Yeah,
Like it is.
Honestly, I don't remember. They recorded that so long ago, I'm pretty sure
I think it's
it is.
Chris's dad
I'm pretty sure it's Chris Parsons Sr.
doing like his best like news guy voice.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
no, it sounds fantastic.
It does.
yeah, we'll come up with a jingle. Anyway,
but yes, we are back, and we have decided to go through Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, as always, here's a spoiler warning. We are going to talk about specifics of the movie, how it ties into Infinity War, all of that stuff. So if you've not seen the movie, go see the movie, and then come back, and we'll rant about it with you. But what a happy movie.
I know, it was such a happy-go-lucky film.
I mean, the story of Ghost is kind of tragic. Right?
Yes,
like,
but
this
in comparison to some things we got recently, and then as a tone upshift hardcore from Infinity War, like, this was a happy movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to realize, like, the last movie we watched was Infinity War. It's so sad. And everything's tragic, and this is their Empire Strikes Back moment where the good guys are losing the battle.
Yeah, but now we've got.
But then Ant-Man and the Wasp had this little, and the 2 years. I love the 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Like the Civil War becomes the last big event.
Yeah.
And everything in time is measured from then to Infinity War. Right?
Ever since the creation of the Sokovia Accords.
Right. Here in between, we got Scott on house arrest for 2 years. Yep. And presumably Clint got the same deal.
Yeah, they mentioned that.
In Infinity War.
Yeah. Was it Infinity War? No. It was before then.
No, I think they mentioned it in Infinity War.
Maybe. I need to watch it.
I think Bruce says something about Clint or
yeah.
Him and Scott.
Yeah, it's very
because they say Ant-Man and Bruce is the one who reacts. There's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man.
yeah. It was a very quick thing.
Yeah. Just to kind of explain why those two guys weren't.
Yeah, they've been on house arrest since
the end of Civil War.
Yeah, since Germany.
Right. Well, yeah, because what we're understanding, I think, is that when Steve came to break people out of the raft,
right,
Scott and Clint said no. Right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, no.
Yeah, like that's probably what, like, we don't know for sure, right. But like they probably went, hey, we don't want to be on the raft, but we also like don't want to be on the run with the Secret Avengers. No, we don't know where Cap went. Can I just be on house arrest?
Right. Yeah.
Which I would love to see, like, just a montage of Hawkeye on house arrest for 2 years where he keeps adding new additions to his house.
Yeah, by the time we see his house again, it looks completely different than the last time we saw it in Age of Ultron.
It'll be like the Winchester house. It's just got doors and stairs that lead nowhere.
Real fake doors!
But anyways, so Scott, this is, like, the last, like...
few months.
I think months? Yeah, we see, like, the last week. I think it is under microscope real hard for this movie.
Yeah,
of
the end of his house arrest.
Yeah, like he's got like 5 days left.
And things have definitely, when you look at what the last movie was and you look at what this movie is, one of the first things that really just warmed my heart was seeing his ex-wife, his daughter, and her new husband all it's so in love with him. You know what I mean? Like, just every time they see him, they gotta hug him. Yeah. Big group hug. Yeah. It's so cute.
They've got, like, since the end of the first Ant-Man, like, they've got a quality family dynamic going on. Like, there was a divorce.
Stepdad and dad are getting along. They love each other.
Right. And just that opening scene of, like, Scott and his daughter, like, going through the homemade tunnel adventure.
Like, so that she could feel like Ant-Man 2.
Yeah, it was so wholesome.
It really was. It's beautiful.
The quality, wholesome content I came here for.
It is.
It's delivered.
And I this may be a spoiler, this may not. I really do think they're hardcore trying to set up Young Avengers. And I don't think that we're going to have to wait long to see the fruits of that. I think that they are setting this up because Infinity War is going to introduce us, the sequel to Infinity War, Avengers 4, is going to introduce us to a future timeline where new heroes have had to stand up because a lot of the heroes are gone now.
Yeah, we've talked several times theorizing that we're going to get Stature.
Yeah, and Cassie very much is talking about how she wants to follow in Dad's footsteps and be a hero and save people and help people.
Yeah,
and I'm just, God, it warms my heart. I'm so ready for Cassie to get to be a hero.
It's fantastic.
That little girl is beautiful too. She does such a good job.
Yeah,
she's amazing as a child actor.
Fantastic child.
And that's not something that you can say for a lot of children who act, right?
Yeah, it's real touch and go with kids. And I mean,
she's so good.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She needs a bigger paycheck.
Yeah. And finally getting to see, Evangeline Lilly get to be a hero in her own right, to be the Wasp.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Her scenes of kicking ass are so good.
And we knew she kicked ass, right? That was the thing. We just didn't get to see her kick as much ass in the first movie.
Right.
Now she's just full
on. We got
on.
to see her unbridled choreography, and it was so good.
I'm very ready for an Avengers team going forward from Avengers 4 that includes Ant-Man and the Wasp. That they're just the regular characters on the team now.
Yeah.
Every time we have a team up, they're here.
Yeah.
And honestly, the villain, I've never been a big fan of the idea that someone's been a part of things forever, but we just haven't seen them until this moment. I get that's a movie tactic to explain plot and do these kinds of things. But Ghost is someone who's been this way since she was a child when Hank and Hank and it was her father. Right?
Yeah, it was her father worked together. Hank fired him.
Yeah,
but he continued
experimenting, and she got affected by the quantum realm.
It was in Argentina, if I remember correctly.
And she gets affected by the quantum realm and has this weird phase shift ability, and it's slowly destroying her. Yeah, right. The quantum energy is just tearing her apart.
Yeah, she is a very tragic character.
Yeah,
she's just trying to not disappear into nothingness.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to die.
Yeah, well, see that's part of the fun part too. Is during her discourse when we get her past, she was okay with dying. She was actually promised that, but they didn't give it to her. So she would just like to either A, be put back together, or B, just actually die and not be ripped into a million shreds and possibly still exist on the other end of that.
Right. I mean, theoretically, what's happening to her, based on what Bill explains, is that she is shifting between quantum phase and material phase.
Yeah, so
theoretically, she could continue existing in the quantum realm.
Yeah,
once the physical part of her is completely gone.
There, stuck for all eternity, going mad. And no, I wouldn't want that existence either. I agree with her 100%. I either need to heal or die.
Well, but within the movie, we understand that Mrs. Pym has been there forever, and it didn't drive her insane.
Well, no, but
in fact, it made her superpowered.
Part of the difference there too is she still had her physical body.
That's true.
Ghost wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. She would be quantum energy at that point.
She would not be able to come back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh my God! A, always fantastic to see Michelle Pfeiffer, and B, the first time you see her in the movie with the flashback. Movies have gotten so good at younging people, dude. It's kind of creepy, but so fantastic.
I watched, because it was on Hulu or Netflix or one of those, Tron Legacy the other night.
Okay.
And
the comparison.
When you look at what that was compared to what Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer is now, it's night and day.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing.
Young Jeff Bridges for the time looked great, but now, oh my God, it's awful. Mm-hmm. Just another unfortunate circumstance of sometimes top of the line CGI does not age well.
Oh yeah, and sometimes spending all the money in the world on your top of the line CGI matters very little in the grand scheme of things. Mm-hmm. Even when you look at the difference between what that was and what the first time they tried it with Michael Douglas in the first Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Was that the first?
Yeah.
That was the first.
Yeah.
That was the first time we see But yeah, when you look at that compared to Tron Legacy, it still looks leaps and bounds ahead.
Yeah.
And it still looked a little wonky even then.
Yeah, but this is even way past that. It was seamless.
It's
honestly,
amazing. It really is amazing.
I tried real hard looking at it to like pull it apart, and I couldn't. And that's part of why it was creepy.
Oh yeah,
but creepy in a good way.
Yeah, well, because we can have these flashback moments with the actual actors who are playing these people. We don't have to cast someone to look like a younger version of them.
Yeah,
we can just cast them.
Yeah, yeah, no, which
and
is
just
fantastic.
CG them to make up them and make them look young.
Yeah, no, like I commented right after the movie that flashback scene with Michelle Pfeiffer legit looked like she just walked off the set of Batman Returns and then filmed this scene.
Yeah, like it's kind of amazing. Yeah, but.
Regardless.
So yeah, the kind of the movie's plot focuses on them trying to get her back, right? Get her back from the quantum realm.
Hank and crew are trying to pull her back out of the quantum realm.
Which leads to, I think, in my opinion, one of the greatest scenes in the movie when she takes control of Scott's mind.
Yes.
And
oh my God.
Has her moment with her husband and her daughter, but it's Paul Rudd delivering the dialogue.
Yeah, Paul Rudd just using the back of his hand to stroke Michael Douglas's face.
It's so cute and hilarious and awkward and everything all at the same time.
I really want to see like just 15 minutes of like blooper reel of that scene because I know it exists.
How do you keep a straight face when this man is caressing your cheek?
No. Hats off to Paul Rudd. The only smile on his face is a warm one of getting to see my family again. Like, he doesn't break into laughter at all. Like, and it's just wholesome, and it's perfect.
Yeah, Paul Rudd is a national treasure.
Yes, he is.
That guy's amazing. He is so good at what he does. Timing and comedy, these are hard things, right? Because a bad timed joke can be unfunny.
Yeah,
it can be not funny.
Devastating.
Yeah, like it can be like, wow, that's terrible. You're not funny. But that guy he understands comedic timing in a way that few comedians do, and it's great.
It is. Paul Rudd, if you ever hear this, we love you.
We love you so much. Right? Just be you.
Yeah, do your thing forever. We love you.
Oh, it's so good. And it's, again, there's moments of it that are just very awkward.
Yeah.
But every single person, so you have, Evangeline Lilly, you have Michael Douglas, and you have Paul Rudd, all three of them embrace this as if they're actually speaking and looking at their mother and their wife again. Yeah. And he's as if he's looking at his husband and his daughter. You know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful the way this whole scene comes together because they don't question it. They don't think it's weird. They just fully embrace it. Yeah. As soon as he starts talking to them and using the computer and understanding what's going on, they understand this is Janet.
Yeah.
And it's great.
And having the trio, honestly, I can't remember the names right now, but the trio of bad criminals.
Oh my God,
selling security equipment.
Oh, it's so good.
Especially all the Baba Yaga references.
Yeah,
when Ghost comes up.
Baba Yaga, and then the truth serum.
Yes.
The joke about truth serum.
It's truth serum. It's not truth serum.
It's not truth serum. It just puts your mind into a state where you want to.
Where you're very suggestive.
Right, you're very suggestible. And then...
bro, that's truth serum.
Yeah, like just the arguments between them of whether or not it's truth serum, what is truth serum.
Right.
That was so good.
No, it was fantastic.
All the people come back.
I love during that scene when Ghost shows up and the Russian, like everybody freaks out.
Baba Yaga.
The Russian just starts like doing a nursery rhyme about how to stay safe from the Baba Yaga.
Yep.
It's so good.
It really is. And it's, again, such a fun, even the new characters that are introduced, like Bill Foster. Who Lawrence Fishburne is playing, and he does a great job. And I kind of hope he gets to come back and we get to see him be Goliath, because that would be fun.
That would be great.
I wished, because of what we had seen in the previews, that we were going to get a flashback with him as Goliath.
Right, like just for a moment, of like the scene of him doing his, what was it,
25 feet.
25 feet.
Yeah, making Lawrence Fishburne CG young.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, no, I would have been totally down for that.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to see that at some point. But in all reality, like the new villain that they introduced, the Southern guy, the gangster guy, he's great. Like he's really funny. The whole plot revolves around the building too, which I thought was very an interesting concept. Like the building has all of Pym's secrets, and it's shrink down to the size of a suitcase, and the whole time it's changing hands. People are trying to steal it and take it. It's great.
Oh, we need the remote too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the malfunctioning of Scott's new suit.
Yeah.
Making him like a tiny person and then making him way too giant.
He's like the size of a hobbit running around in an oversized sweater in the school.
Yeah, oh, so
trying to get the trophy off of the shelf.
Oh, and in all reality too, the finally understanding that, you know, they take the science of being giant and make it a part of the story. They did that in an Ultimate comic long ago.
Yeah.
And I remember loving that. But the idea is if you get too big, you literally would collapse under your own weight.
Yeah.
You would not be able to sustain. Your musculature and your bones would not be able to sustain that weight anymore.
You start falling into like the trap of like if an elephant falls over, like its own weight will crush it to death. Like that's exactly what happens there. Like it becomes very hard to breathe because your muscle mass and stuff is killing your lungs basically.
Right, your lungs can't expand as oh my god.
And you're taking in like weird amounts of things because your lungs are designed to process oxygen at the size we are, not at a larger or smaller size.
Right.
Like that's a thing.
They really go into the science of it as he starts kind of passing out when he gets too big.
Yeah.
He can't stop growing.
Yeah. No,
which
it was fantastic.
is funny. It's really super funny scene. There was a part in the previews that I wish would have got left in the movie when he gets real big and he comes over the boat.
Yeah.
And the guy's there, and the bad guy's there with the building, and he's trying to take it back. There was a moment in one of the trailers, maybe a clip that I saw, where he gets real big and goes, "Me eat people," and everyone freaks out, and the guy screams, and he just goes, "I'm just messing with you." And I was just like, where was that line? That was such a funny line.
That's a good question. Hopefully in one of the deleted scenes, so we can just enjoy it for all eternity.
Alternate scene, yeah. But you know, it's impossible to talk about all the fun and what is great about this movie without talking about how tragic it all closes.
The last 3 minutes of the movie.
I mean, and the movie ends completely fine, completely fun, great movie.
Right.
And then a post-credit scene comes in right after the initial main credits.
Yeah.
And it ties into Infinity War.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's
him going into the quantum realm, and they're about to pull him back out, and then like the radio cuts, and you pan back out to the real world, and their ashes are falling, and then you get the post-credit scene where it's just like chaos on the streets, and the TV's got that like standby thing going, and like they give you a little bit of happiness because the ant is there still playing drums,
still trying to be Scott,
but and then just. Whoever decided to do this is the rudest person alive, but the end of the credits, it says Ant-Man and the Wasp will return, and then a question mark fucking comes up.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
It's true.
I kind of wanted to like throw my empty popcorn thing at the screen. And I believe I actually shouted, "Rude."
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just, Hank, Hope, Janet, gone.
Yeah.
Done.
In an instant.
We just got her back.
Yeah, the only reason
they just became a family again.
The only reason for sure Scott survived is because he's in the quantum realm.
Yeah,
and like now he's stuck there.
Well, and again, that's what we're thinking, and that's what everyone's been theorizing is that Scott plays a huge role in helping to undo the events of Infinity War, and that he's being trapped in the quantum realm. And they even make a moment, which is probably subtle foreshadowing on their part, where they say, "Watch out for those time vortexes; they'll get you."
Yeah, if you get sucked down one, we can't rescue you.
They're like, okay, so he can time travel in the quantum realm? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. Yeah. Which is how he'll show up in Avengers 4 if we get our timey-wimey shenanigans.
Well, in all reality, my theory is that he ends up in a future timeline accidentally, and where these events are the reality, right?
Yeah.
Where a lot of the heroes died, and those heroes that tried to save the day failed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a new team has risen, and one of those teammates, one of those people on that team is his daughter.
Yeah.
Who is probably the one who pulls him out of the quantum realm to begin with, because someone's got to pull him out from the other side.
Yeah.
That's
even if he gets sucked down in time vortex, he's
still stuck in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
Someone has to get him out. So Cassie being Stature, being able to save her dad for a change is an interesting concept, and I think will be very fun to see.
And I'm very hopeful for that kind of theory, just if for no other reason than, as we've stated, Paul Rudd is a national treasure, and if you just leave him in the quantum realm for Avengers 4, I'm going to be real upset about it.
No. We've already seen those set pictures of him, in classic locales, like Scott in the Battle of New York. as
Right.
Ant-Man, right?
Right.
Like, so it's gonna happen. He's gonna be. I think he and Hawkeye are. I think the reason they left him out of the last movie is because they are the proponents of this next film.
Probably.
Hawkeye rising up to unite the people that are left. Like, no, this is done, right? Because in all reality, let's face it, Scott lost his whole family,
Right.
Yeah, Clint probably loses his family too.
Yeah.
Or at least most of them.
And honestly, if like Clint's kids and wife get ashed, like, man, at that point, I kind of feel bad for Thanos because Clint is going to like really, really F him up.
Right. So I think Scott, provides the time travel element that they need in the quantum realm, and Clint provides the vengeance that they need to go after this guy.
Probably the only person more vengeful than Hawkeye in that kind of moment would be Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying.
But so, needless to say, it ends very tragically, and we have a little bit of hope for the future that these two characters that have been absent from the biggest moment in this cinematic history of this thing will be the biggest part of
those
the
two
next
and Captain Marvel. That's all I need.
I know. Oh man, I can't wait for Captain Marvel.
Dude, I'm so stoked for that movie.
Oh, I'm very excited. First of all, just to finally get Carol in a movie. Yeah. But second of all, Skrulls. Yeah. Skrulls, Kree.
Yeah, I get the Kree Skrull.
Ronan.
I get Ronan back.
Freaking Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
Come on. This movie's going to be so good.
Also, like, now, after seeing how good they are at younging people in Ant-Man, I'm very much looking forward to young Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, young Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
With both his eyes.
I know. That's weird. It's like seeing The Rock with hair.
Right. Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird. But, overall, it's a great entry, even though it has the, terrible timing of having to follow Infinity War, which is the biggest, most amazing thing that they've done, the most amazing feat that they've accomplished. It still manages to delight and have a great time with its story, and even find a way to tie it into the tragedy.
And that's honestly one of my favorite things about it, is a comparison we made with the first one when we were going through the retrospective to Infinity War. We were talking about how like Ant-Man was kind of an awkward way to end Phase 2 after Age of Ultron, but like Ant-Man and the Wasp is a great way to end Phase 3. Or this section of Phase 3.
Right, I was going to say, it's not. Avengers 4
is
a
follow-up.
The end.
Well, that's fair. But, like, if this was, like, that's a perfectly good way to follow Infinity War with this light upbeat that then reminds you of Infinity War at the end.
They couldn't let us just be happy. They had to remind us how terrible everything was.
They let us be happy for a good, like, hour and 45 minutes. And then reminded us for 3 minutes that how life is terrible.
Everything is. Yes. And the huge, insurmountable that they have going forward here. But they're going to win. Heroes win. Bad guys lose.
Generally, yeah.
We know it. We are speculating and trying to figure out how they're going to win without just going back in time and, stopping the moment.
Yeah.
It just seems too easy.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be that easy.
No.
But we'll see. And honestly, I feel like only people like Scott and Hope and even maybe Hank and Janet would even be able to time travel through the quantum realm. Right? Without making suits for everybody. Right? And that's what they would have to do in order to get the rest of them to go on this journey with them.
Very expensive undertaking, if nothing else.
It's not like Hank's exactly the head of an industry anymore. Like, Pym Technologies is gone.
I mean, he's a man on the run, technically, still.
It's true. But for a minute, they all get their happy ending, and it was good.
It was a great movie. Yeah,
it's a worthwhile inclusion in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Up next, we obviously have Captain Marvel, and then finally Avengers 4, where we see it all come together.
Yep.
And we'll be right here to talk about that, even long after this guy is not even available. I'm going to make sure that he is still available so that we can keep doing this.
I'll always be available.
Well, you won't be able to sit here in person with me.
I mean, video chat's a thing.
Yeah, but that's very impersonable.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it because we're still going to keep this guy on. We want to keep reviewing movies because got some doozies coming our way.
Especially if I'm making a jingle now.
Right.
We're not going nowhere.
We got to do a jingle. So we're going to work on that jingle, and we're going to get back to you guys on that. But thank you guys for sitting in and listening to us talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Thanks to Joe for being our review guy who's always down to sit and talk about it.
I try.
And you throw me off sometimes. Good. I don't know how to react.
Good.
But again, thanks for listening in. If you're digging what we're putting down, do me a favor. Head on over to entertainthegeeky.com. We've got all kinds of stuff there. Blog posts and the quick kind of nerd news things, both the shows, and even Matt and Jeff's Board Game Bros. They're brothers. They play board games, and then they deconstruct them, and they talk about them. We're also on social media, facebook.com/entertainmentgeeky. Follow us there. On Twitter, @entertaingeeky. And if you want to chat with me, let me know what you think. Have any specific questions for myself or our movie review guy, Joe, shoot us an email at etgnerdnews@gmail.com. We're going to see you guys next time. We've got some more reviews coming up and some news. San Diego Comic-Con, we've got to do an episode about that. I'm working on getting a special guest to come and talk about that. I don't want to talk about who it is now. They have been on the show before, but keep your fingers crossed. We'll get our special guest to come, and we'll do a San Diego Comic-Con episode as well. So we're going to see you guys next time. Until then, stay geeky.